Hi YouTube, we're going to take this 1290 Adventure S for a little spin. This baby has a aero exhaust and a Rottweiler intake kit. It belongs to one of my friends, and I've ridden it before. She kind of boogies, but well, I'm riding in an official capacity right now, so I can't screw off on it, but my friend took off on my 690, and I'm gonna ride his bike, and we're gonna go look for some athletes on the trail. One thing I'll tell you about these KTM Adventures is they're smooth as butter, man. This LC8 engine is so smooth, it's ridiculous. Here's an athlete. This is that's the last athlete of the day. This is the Ultraman World Championships, if you want to Google that. Triple digits. Real easy. We're in South Kona, Hawaii right now. And the elevation is somewhere around 1,000 feet. Coming up onto another athlete. I'll tell you right now, this baby will accelerate you onto a freeway ramp. That was actually a buddy of mine who's crewing for that person. That's somebody that I've been wanting to keep a close eye on just in case they're a cheater. That's my friend Susie yelling at her athlete, tell him to hurry up. Woohoo! one thing I notice about riding this thing right off the bat is you actually have to ride it like a street bike because of the mass. And I'm used to riding this 690 like a supermoto or a dirt bike on the street. This one you kind of lean into the corner. And the 690 you kind of flop your butt on the other side of the seat, motocross style, and push down on the bike. Another athlete. My friend who owns this bike, he can ride this thing like a son of a bitch. It's almost amazing. I've been behind him on this thing, riding a wheelie at 100 miles an hour. That guy's going the wrong way. Oh, never mind. He's going the wrong way because he's so far out in front that he's caught the other guys. He's already turned around. New course this year. This area of Hawaii is what we call Honau now. And this is a really nice beach park here. It's called Ho'okena. It's not Hukena. Just don't put apostrophes in the road signs. That's a really fun, twisty road to ride down. Really bumpy. Awesome panoramic views. And as you saw maybe by the sign, we're headed towards South Point, which is the southernmost place in America. Really beautiful out here. There's also lots of cars that get stolen and dumped out here. And apparently this guy doesn't know that it's actually called shave ice, not shaved. Look around, I'm surrounded by mango trees. This is a graveyard, probably Japanese. This thing's pretty cool. It's this gauge here, it tells us that we're in the suspension set for comfort right now. The air temperature is 81 degrees. That's a little misleading. It is maybe a little bit cooler out here, but where I was riding earlier, it's quite a bit hotter. And there's lots of black rock, so it heats up quite a bit. Tells us the oil temperature. Since the start of the race this morning, he's ridden 132 miles. And we got 250 mile fuel range, it looks like, so that's cool. This area that I'm going through right now is real popular with the local road bike riders. Street motorcycle road bikes, I should say. And this is a real twisty section. Awesome, awesome views though. Look at that. And I'm told they just make a couple passes here. I don't race street bikes on the street, but they make a pass and look for gaps in the traffic, and then they rip through this real fast. Macadamia nut farm, and this is where lots of the mac nuts come from. For the next about 20 miles down this road is all macadamia farms. This is all macadamia trees. Wish I wasn't doing 30 miles an hour, but I guess we are. Wow, his brake pedal's way down there. How in the hell does he ride wheelies with it there? These athletes are from all corners of the world. That guy that we just passed here on the left side, he was in 4th place earlier. Looks like he probably still is. I gave his crew some tips. He was his core temperature was too high and he was starting to heat up. We're about to come into the, I don't know, I call it lava desert type stuff. I think this is the district of Kau, they call it. This is all coffee. Probably still considered Kona coffee. There's a turkey. Those are wild here. This guy's not in the race. We're behind a tour bus. I think that might be a Kapoho kind zip line adventures or something like that. Might be a good place to pull off to show you. Maybe not. We'd be about 5th place there. This is a fun section to ride through on a bicycle too. He gets the front wheel off the ground pretty easy. That was actually my good friend Trout. Trout's trying to get me to move to Australia. I could do some serious KTM dirt bike riding there. That guy was representing Bolivia, I believe. I don't know who this is. Nice, pretty panoramic view with ohia trees. These are all ohia trees. It's native to Hawaii, and it's actually threatened by a disease in some parts called rapid ohia death. So when you enter in and out of the parks here, they want you to scrub your feet off so that you don't carry any disease or seeds or something to other locations. Macadamia nuts. Down here we got a lot of these little roadside stands with organic fruits and stuff. You get a lot of kind of organic hippie types down here because this is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And you also get a lot of meth addicts and stuff like that because once again it's out in the middle of nowhere. Basically, it's my job to make sure that the athletes and crews behave. They're not doing anything stupid like impeding traffic and hanging out the windows. And I look for the athletes for drafting, and I have some cards in my pocket. And basically, if they're drafting, I'll give them a yellow card, and that gives them a 6-minute penalty. That's your lead female right there. Pretty nice lots. I'd like to take my 690 and rip around on the side of that hill. This is a pretty neat site that we're coming on here. This is fairly, I don't want to say recent, but new lava flow. That's what we call lava. And you can remember the name because if you step on that stuff, it's razor sharp, you're going to be on a It's basically like big jagged things of broken glass. And speaking of broken glass, there's another stolen car. There's another athlete. This is usually my favorite section on the 690. Flashers, flashers! I believe that might have been our second female. Make sure you guys run the flashers. Good job. Go Gay! Woo! Gary has the most Ultraman World Championship finishes. I believe this is his 17th year. He's no spring chicken and he still goes pretty good. He owns the website, I believe it's ultraendurance.com or realendurance.com, I'm sorry. We're getting closer and closer to the volcano. We're still about 40 miles out from the volcano, I think. Alright, welcome to Ocean View, Hawaii. I can't imagine why they would call it this. It's a pretty recent lava flow. This is my friend Jose. He's from Brazil. He's one of the top triathletes in Hawaii. We can film each other. Right on. I had to turn it around because my stuff was blown out. Alright, Ocean View, Hawaii. That's South Point, about 20 miles off in the distance. We're going to get out of this wind. I don't know if you can hear me or not. think the front tire on this thing might be a little out of balance. What's actually surprising is this 1290 with the bags has so much surface area that it actually blows around in this wind a little bit more than my 690 does. I ride down here all the time and wearing a dirt bike helmet, no windscreen, but I don't have bags on my bike anymore. And this thing blows around every bit as much. We're going to do a quick roll on here from 40. Kind of missed the shift there in 5th. But that's pretty good considering you hit 111 in 5th. This 1290 actually has the same shifter, it looks like, as the 690. But because of the foot peg position, it's a lot lower and it doesn't bother my foot. But the setup on this is, the shifter's a little lower. I think my foot's quite a bit bigger than the owner of this bike. I like to have my shifter up a little bit higher, which is why I couldn't really find 6th. Not much in ocean view except for a lot of rocks and a view of an ocean. That athlete that we just passed is usually the guy that I battle with for this first stage. Alright, we're on our way out of Ocean View, and we're in South Kona. What you can see is Kailua Kona off there in the distance. I think it's good. It's got an aero exhaust on it, and this sounds good. Nice and throaty, but not loud. I don't know if the camera's picking up the sound, but it's a nice sound. It sounds really good when it's coming down on compression too. After riding my 690 all morning with the airbox choked off, it's really fun to ride it when it's in all stock, because it's so quiet. Like, no, you just can't even hear it, which is kind of fun. But I do enjoy the sound of this. I'll be excited. I believe I'm going to put a Wings exhaust on the 690, and I'm looking forward to. I'll put the DB killer in it, but I'm looking forward to having these nice, like, bellowy sounds come out. Anyway, this really is a nice ride. You can see flowers in the trees, and you probably can't pick up on a lot of the views that I'm getting. Looking down the Kona coast.